Hello everyone, Crydax here, and welcome back to Season 3 of pYanodon's, where we do stuff and we're good little engineers. Just realized we need to upgrade these bad boys because biomass has to flow very quickly. Very quickly. 63, okay. So we need to belt upgrade this too. And I think I can do this. Yeah. And then belt upgrade that. And then this, and this, and this. Okay, there we go. And then we need more zinc chloride still. So, let's see. I could bump that up to a 3.3. Use another 25 megawatts. Though that still doesn't fix the ratio here. Something's not adding up though, because according to this thing, this should be running like most of the time. And it feels like the breaks that it's taking are too long. Are these not running full time? Because it shows that they are. But this shows that 96% of the time those buildings should be running. Oh, we just ran out of phenol there. We need 18.3 phenol a second for that? Oh my gosh. Yikes. Bakelite's scary stuff. Bakelite is scary stuff. Put a 35 there. Alright, well, that's not what we're here to do this episode. It just happens to be one of the things I was thinking about. Okay, so let's check on our stuff. What do we got? What do we got? Mostly stuff that's expected. Graphite. Where's my graphite build? How are we doing? Are we out of trains? Been waiting for a minute? Uh-oh. Oh, I see. Okay. I guess that sort of makes some amount of sense. Let's upgrade this. But unloads faster. I guess if everything comes at the same time. Interesting. And what's that for? Oh, optical fiber. Okay, I also have to check 0.333. Someone was reminding me that like the photophores needed to not get output too fast. 0.304. Okay, good. So we can still consume all the photophores that produces if we need to. So that should be okay. All right, well, let's keep working on this lead silver build. We did a lot of it, but not all of it. So we need to grab some. Do I have some bots? No, I do not. All right, so we need to deliver some robots. I love saying it like that, robots, over to the lead silver build so they can do some deliveries. And then we'll finish out that build and have all of the lead and all of the silver, and it's gonna be great. And we actually finished the alloy smelting research, so that's next. I added some stuff to the to-do list between episodes. So we've got cobalt, molten chromium we need for nichrome, cobalt, and then we'll work on super alloy, and then we need to like do all smelting in smelting block. That kind of needs to happen as well, if it hadn't already. Okay, so let's grab some robots. I probably only need, I don't know, I'm gonna guess like 20. Something like that. Not even 10. Because they're gonna they're gonna do just fine. They'll be doing just fine. It's on the research docket. I'm not researching anything. Am I okay with that? I'm not gonna do that solder. Native Flora Smart Farm sounds cool. I don't know how smart farms work, but it seems kind of neat. Basically turning soil into flora. 2 biosamples for 529 flora. Is that a lot? So if we got 3.5k a minute, we'd need about 14 a minute biosamples. That seems pretty easy. Although that is doubling my biosample consumption. But that still seems pretty easy. All right, so this is the channel 1. So we put in 15 bots. Seems like enough to me. All right, and then channel 1. And then these guys get requesters for briquettes. Probably just like 10. Channel 1. Copy that. Channel 1. All right. They consume 22 megawatts. Oh my gosh. I may need to spend some modules here, unfortunately. I might even need, can I do a 5.2? How expensive is a 5.2? 20 megawatts? I don't know if that's worth it. It saves me another 3 megawatts here. Is that worth it? I don't know, maybe. Okay, we've at least got the speed and the consumption are close. So that means in terms of efficiency, I'm at least in the ballpark of where I was without any modules. 72 extra speed, 90 extra consumption. I'm okay with that. All right, and then we need the feeding of the briquettes. Sounds like some Nat Geo event, like, oh, the feeding. We are here to witness the feeding of the briquettes. A ritualistic practice from the special birds of the pyanodon's world. All right, that's also gonna need to. This is the what you call it? Molten lead, which needs to get out. Ah, wrong hotkey. And be provided to which one? The first one here. Okay. Now, what's holding things back? I know one thing is this, which we are pretty much ready to fix. Yeah. I think that does it. And then we're also missing the borax? That doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's because I haven't hooked it up. That'll do it. All right, all right, all right. We need borax and graphite over here. Oh, and sand castings. Yeah, the sand castings. Wait, sand castings. No, wait, I need more things. How did I miss so many things in my... drat. 181 stacks. Yeah, we got too many stacks. Stacks on stacks on stacks. We got too many. All right, hold on. I really should have made this bigger. All right. Mistakes were made. It's okay. We're okay. All right. So then the sand castings are gonna have to... I think I want them to be on a belt though. And they'll just go past all of the casting units. Solder doesn't need it, but whatever. Alright, so there's sand castings, and then this is borax and graphite. Goes over here to specifically these two buildings. 90 mega. Oh yeah, we're putting 2 efficiencies in that. Also, I can move this to here, and that way it's at least hitting on this building as well. So now it's down to 68.4 megawatts. Oh my gosh, that's still ridiculous. All right, so that should get the borax and graphite and sand casting taken care of. And now we just need... Well, I think that's actually it. Maybe. We need water for you. And I still need to deal with the trash stuff. Rotate that. Okay, and it was sand and stone came out somewhere. Right? Am I making that up? Yeah, I am making that up. That comes out before the silver lead dust. So sand is the only... Wow, that kind of makes me just want to trash it. I didn't realize it was that small of an amount of trash. Okay, well, what we're gonna do then is we're gonna bring... Actually, hold on. This is perfect. We're gonna do the charcoal briquettes here. We're gonna do a burner here. This is gonna grab sand. And we'll just burn it. Easy. Done. And this doesn't filter. Perfect. Alright, so that's done, and now we just need tailings. How much tailings we talking here? We get 160 tailings for silver. I mean, yeah, we should at least fill it up. Did one of these, is one of these set up for tailings? No. Silver. Do I need molten solder for anything? If I ever want to make the shaft Mark 1 that way, but otherwise no. So I don't need to worry about that. So yeah, let's set this one up for tailings. Priority 10. And then that's gonna be like over here. And weren't there 2 spots that we got tailings? Yeah, this one and this one. Okay. Alright, I think we hooked it all up. So that's tailings, and then we do a pump into there, and then an overflow into sinkhole. That's easy enough. Add a couple hundred more storage to that, so the percentages don't get weird. And then is that it? I think we actually like are done. There might be a couple small things I haven't hooked up yet. Like the molten lead needs to actually be connected to the molten lead. Slightly important. And then the molten silver needs to be connected to the molten silver. Oh. It wasn't the right spot. I thought it was one tile too far off. Alright. Done. And then the molten solder. To the molten solder. And then finally the molten silver. We don't need that for a long time. We really don't need it for a long time. So I'm definitely gonna hook it up, but it's gonna be an overflow. No space here. That's crazy. Let's see. I can do this way. Yeah. All right, overflow to second one here. All right. Oh, and then we need to provide all these silly things. Goodness, how could I forget? All right, so we'll do solder and lead on a red belt together. And that goes here. Upgrade that. Okay. So I guess we have to do the thing where we split it, and then we've got 2, and they're both measuring, and left is gonna be whichever one we did first, which is gonna be solder, and that has to actually go into the left. And so solder is left. Solder, as it were. I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier. We're gonna do 5,000 of that. And for lead plate, we're going to do 8,000. That is 130 stacks. That should leave plenty of space for some silver, which will just go on a yellow belt because it's way slower. It'll be stacked anyway. All right, and then we'll insert like so and measure and say silver plate is less than, we'll do 6,000 silver, and I should revamp this to like 8,000 as well, and then this to 10,000. So that's 18 plus 6. We need some more space here. All right, 240. Actually, that's still exactly right, unfortunately. Let's go solder down a little bit. 7,500. Okay. I mean, I actually think this whole thing's ready to go as soon as this fills up enough to do a train delivery. I could be wrong about that. It's at 1,000 already. So if I want to find out if this thing is working, I could change this momentarily to a request threshold of 10. And we'll wait until the train is on the way. Okay. Change it back. This should do it. Let's see if it works. All right, moment of truth. I always love this part when you make a whole new production line. You fire it up. All right, how many mistakes? My guess is 3. I think there are 3 things we need to fix, and we're counting things of any size. I mean, one wire, one inserter, one belt. That everything counts. So if I need to fix anything, it counts. I think there will be 3 things I need to fix for this to actually be left alone. Okay, so that's working. That's working. That's working. Wow, this is surprisingly fast to all fire up. Oh, I know one thing I need to fix. I thought about it a second ago, and then I forgot about it again. I have not set up the figure out what the heck to do if you have a mixture of stuff that's blocking the other one. Like if we have too much lead and it blocks up silver. We haven't addressed that. But hey, wow, that was surprisingly fast. I'm not burning the ash in either of these buildings. Okay, that's thing number 2. So there's a couple mistakes. Let's see, I can fit this right. Of course, this isn't. I'm just gonna have to go here. And then extract the ash from that building. And then for this one, I can just do that and filter the ash out. I mean, I guess there's nothing else it could pull out, but just to make sure. Okay, so that should work, and yeah, what are we stopped up on here? The flotation cell needs to be sped up, if I remember correctly, because we needed 2 of these. And then yeah, I mean, I think it's working. There's a bunch of lead right there. Cool. Okay, so I mean, I got no notes. It's all running. It's all doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, so I made the one mistake and then the grander mistake of what do I do if we have too much of one versus the other? So we could, there's a whole different process. I don't think it's worth it. If we end up with too much silver, I'd probably just void the stuff. Yeah. And if we end up with too much lead, now the problem is molten silver is not free, so it's probably easier to burn the refined silver lead dust. But then at that point, why not just burn the stage 1 refined silver lead dust? Because see, the problem is I can also turn this stage 2 stuff, or stage 3 stuff. Wait, what? Stage 1, stage 2. Oh, stage 3. Yeah. I can also turn it into silver lead solution stage 1 as well, which would combine with this and make more lead plates. So it's pretty easy. If I were to bring in oleochemicals, yeah, maybe I should have done this. If I bring in oleochemicals, it's easy enough to make sure that we never have too much silver. Now, the other problem is too much lead if we need silver. And that's the one I actually think is going to be more common. And there's nothing we can do about that. Like, we're going to have this amount of lead. So I guess the thing I would do is just dump the silver lead zinc pulp. And just dump some of that if we end up with too much. Because there's nothing else that happens along this chain. I guess we make some tailings, but we're spending all this other, we're spending like soda ash, we're spending Z3, we're spending lime, we're spending filtration media, all to get molten lead. Oh, but we need the molten lead for the solder as well. Ah, shoot. Man, that's annoying. Okay, so, but wait, that's okay still, because that'll keep consuming the molten lead. Yeah, okay, so we're consuming molten lead, and as soon as molten lead backs up, everything will back up all the way to here. Okay, we're good. We're good. So why don't I just do one of these tanks. And then we'll have a pump and an overflow. And then that'll be wired up to our chest here. Or maybe, now I'm not sure about only having the one flotation cell. I think I want a second one. Dang it. Because I want to make sure we consume this stuff fast enough. Okay, this is where it gets complicated. So let's see this. Oh man, this gets really, really nasty. Okay, so this one can do that, and then this, and then this. Perfect. All right, and then the tailings go up and over here, and then the channel 1 goes down and over to here. All right. Well, that was a pain in the butt, but it should work. Make sure we're consuming the silver, lead, zinc. All right, and then all of that. This is only going to enable if solder. Oh man, we need a doodad, a decider combinator. Now I could just put 2 pumps in series, but we'll just go with the decider combinator. Decider combinator on lead plate and solder. Lead plate is gonna have to be at 10,000 and 7,500. So 9,900 and 7,400. Output the green light. Output the trash light. Maybe is better. All right. Okay. And then we sinkhole that. So that will allow for if we have too much lead, not enough silver, it'll keep the silver running. Oh, we need one more thing. And silver is less than we'll say 4,200. So if silver is like pretty full and everything's just happy and full, we're not gonna worry about it. Cool. All right, I think that does it. Now it's just a question of removing all this old stuff. And then we'll go improve the lead ore facility a little bit here. Nice. And you'll notice I didn't even address what happens if we have too much silver. If we have too much silver and not enough lead, we need to and I don't really want to bring oleochemicals, but maybe we can manage it. Yeah, we can manage it. We'll manage it. We'll manage it. All right, oleochemicals. Now, what I haven't done is looked at the rates of any of this. So we're getting 1.286 of this stuff. This uses about 1 a second, so one of these should be sufficient. Okay. Just want to make sure it's in the radius here, and then okay, that will attach. We've got more pressurized air, easily enough, and more Z3 reagent. So that's easy. And then oleochemicals we'll worry about going around this way. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, fam. My beloved Factorio fam, what am I doing? So, you may have noticed I completely forgot about the blue pipes. The blue pipes, man. Okay, so we got 1 to 1. We got 1 to 2. We got the L. Oops. How do I? Can I not like quick replace it? Shift middle click. There we go. And we got the T. There we go. And these bad boys have a length of 49 instead of 33. That is significantly longer. It's ironically not as much of an upgrade. We got 22 more length from yellow to red and only 16 more length to blue, but still, I mean, watch how far this goes. That's nuts. From one pipe. All right. Anyway, now we've got oleochemicals hooked up. And now we just need a weird thing where if we have not enough lead. Okay, so now we have another decider. And basically we need this to like reverse. So if we have less than 7,000 lead, we need an or. We need an anded or. I really wish you could copy these because of needing multiples of the same thing. So if silver is high, meaning over 4,000. And then we've got less than 7,000 lead or less than 5,000 solder. Then we will allow a different trash signal. We'll recycle. Alright, so if the recycle signal... Where is it? Alright, if the recycle signal is greater than 0, you operate and send that stuff on its merry little way over here. To be consumed. Oh, make sure you're filtered though only to the good stuff. The sand still has to go the other way. Alright, that should work. And that'll turn extra silver lead dust into lead. But that's only happening if we've already got 4,000 silver and one of the other ones is low. Let's make it a little bit more silver. Let's go to, let's say 4,500. So a full tier 2 train load and more. All right, and then finally we need to request oleochemicals. For that purpose. All right, tailings, molten lead is finally getting filled up. Man, this is great. All right, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. Now for all of this, we should be able to manage it without the craziness now. Oh, I'm just gonna remove all this manually. That was the last thing we needed raw coal for. Cool. Molten solder should be done. Molten tin isn't needed over there anymore, but we do still need molten tin over by the trains. Is that where it was going? Where's molten tin coming from? Ah, right here. Okay, perfect. So we're still good on that. We just don't need the solder. And I don't need the tar. But what all is this tar doing? Seems like that's all it's doing, so I can remove that. Okay. Alright, and now I'll cut off the lead for a second here so we can focus in on not having 5,000 ore. Well, we tried. Alright, dump chest. Na dump chest. Cool. Alright, letting that process, and then we're just picking all this up. Man, I love construction bots. This just feels so good. Just wait until we have tier 2 bots. Good. Alright, so that was power for this whole area. So let's make sure that's not a thing anymore. And then molten solder is dead. That one's dead. That's the trash stone. Molten lead over here is dead. Did we need... Yeah, I mean, we do need that belt. This is kind of the output belt for this whole thing. And what was this? Was that like lead plates or something? What's on the other side of this belt? Silver? Silver, okay. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Weird. Alright. Blank slate. Let's do it. So we got screeners. I'm gonna space them out by 4. So that we can have the input ore, which is now up to 60. And then the output grade 1. I mean, it is that easy. It is that easy. I will go 2, and then another 2, and then we'll do an underground. Yeah, perfect. So that's nice and symmetrical. So that I can fit multiple inserters if we need to. Alright, and then we've got like power there and there. Okay, so that can consume 7.2, so I need a lot of these. I might just do 2 rows of them. All right, and then now I could use tier 2 buildings, but this is way cheaper, so I'm just gonna do this. All right, what's the speed on this? We're up to 27. I did think about using a weak-ish beacon to just hit the whole thing. That's probably power efficient to do like a 2-2, because that's only 8 megawatts. I don't actually know if that's worth it or not. Why can't I hit spacebar? Whoa. I was hitting spacebar and it wasn't doing anything, and then it did all of a sudden. So what is that? 0.4 on 80? 32% speed. Yeah, that seems worth it. That's an extra third. Oh, but these ones already have... Bummer. Alright, I guess we're doing it that way. Okay. Gotta keep going here. And then, what was it? Secondary crushers next? Or was it impact crushers? I think it was impact crushers next. Yeah. Alright, impact crusher, party. These are the ones that make all the stone. We basically just want the same thing. Alright. Grade 1, grade 3 in stone, or grade 2 in stone. Yeah. Pretty simple. Let me copy this here. Copy this here. It's just nice to leave the space because then you can easily add in beacons later if you want to. All right. So there's that, and then finally we need the grade 2 to go into some screeners. Again, but it's not very many, I don't think. Because these can consume, yeah, well, I guess it's half as many. Oh, I just realized, is lead not being here going to be a problem? Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, molten lead not being here is going to be a problem, isn't it? Lead antimony alloy. Shoot. Well, as soon as molten lead is on the network, we should be able to make lead antimony alloy over here now. I think we already plugged in the molten lead request even. I sure did. So that is rip roarin and ready to go with 0 intervention from me, right? Yep. So that's good to go as soon as molten lead shows up on the network, which is good. Okay, anyway. ERCE says that's enough for 9.28. That's enough for 11.2. Get rid of all this stuff. I should probably turn that into a storage because that's a lot of lead. All right. So finally, we need more of these. I mean, can I just fit one of these here? Hey, this is pretty big. This is bigger than I thought it would be. Maybe I should have used tier 2 buildings. Or more beacons or something. Maybe I will here, whatever. Inconsistency? Never heard of it. Alright, so this will be the grade 2. And that can consume up to 5.33. Pretty much everything. So once we have a beacon, I think this will be even better. I think I can just do like a 4-1 or something crazy. Yeah. Okay, and then the grade 3 goes into the secondary crusher. I probably only need one. Yeah, that's actually the exact ratio. So if that's there, that'll even get affected by that. Perfect. Okay, so we need to sort the stone. The sort and the stone. Get it? Instead of the sword and the stone. That was rough. That was rough. Alright, don't judge me too hard. Okay. Alright, and then we feed these. And we output. And then we filter to the right, grade 3. We eat the grade 3 to turn it into silver ball dust, which goes to our output there. And then the remainder is excess grade 1 that needs to be prioritied in like so. And we also need that to be on both sides. Like that. Let's see. Let's do that. Okay. I think that does it. It seems like I'm not making impact crushers. Let's be honest. I probably am not. So let's fix that. Whoa. Why are there 2 missing? I wonder if I move them to another category. No, we do have impact crushers. Well, we got ourselves a problem, folks. That says 4 impact crusher. This says we don't have impact crushers available to build. The auto mall is not trying to build anything. Shoot. That's bad. Why is the auto mall not making proper amount of impact crushers? I've got tier 2 impact crushers, but no tier 1s. There's an input here of 4 impact crushers. Ah, I get it. So, that's so weird. Okay, so we have, I guess once I've started requesting it, yeah, see, it's made 4, but they're all wrapped up in the channel 1 network as ingredients for the red ones. So it's like I'm expecting to use only the red ones. So maybe I don't know. I got no solutions for that. Wait, and what do you mean 4? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, we don't have 0 of them. All right, well, that should fix it. Yeah, I guess once we've switched to tier 2 buildings, we're kind of expecting to use tier 2 buildings. And that now is an issue that can happen. You know what we haven't done in a while? 1, 2, 3. And I guess we gotta find an open depot somewhere. One, 2, 3. All right, well, this can handle 56 lead ore to make 11.2. Then this can handle the 11.2 to make, well, let's just see it together. 2.64 silver lead dust a second. At 46 lead ore a second. So the limiting factor seems to be the wait, which one is it? This is confusing. There's a lot of reds. I'm not sure which one is the actual red one. It seems like we have enough crushing. We have enough screening. It's this screening that we don't have enough of. It's these guys. I could probably throw speed modules in there. And then, yeah, that gets us to 3.2. That's pretty good. 56 lead ore a second. Perfect. All right. That is more than enough. If I run out of lead and silver now, I'll be surprised. Probably because we run out of something like Z3 reagent or some crap. Sweet. And it's all so much more efficient in terms of count. In terms of rate, it might be a little bit of an issue until it catches up with solder and everything. But silver plates were pretty steady in the like 20, 28 range. And now we can make it much faster when things are running up in the like 80 range. So that's really nice. But this is consuming silver lead dust faster than I guess it's about right. 2.75. Yeah, I mean it's in the same ballpark. Like what this can consume versus what I'm making. So if that lead belt stays full, we should be about right. Oh gosh, they're all bringing the coal over here. Wait, what? They don't even know that it's gonna fill up, so now they're having to take it somewhere else? The bots are that stupid? That's crazy. I didn't know the bots were that dumb. No wonder they took forever. I thought they knew about total counts in a location. I guess they don't when they start their journey, and then they don't repath until they get there. Okay, well, we probably should call it an episode here, as much as I would like to keep going. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.